I'm 20 years old. I started my Airbnb business 2 years ago. So far, I've generated about $1 million in revenue through my business. And listen, I'm not here to show you in a fluff. I'm not here to lie to you. The last thing I want to do is be dishonest to you. So I'm gonna show you numbers from one of my units and give you a breakdown of what really goes on in the business, what the expenses are, and what the income is. Because, I'm not here to lie to you. I'm not gonna tell you this $1 million is straight profit, because it's not. But the beauty about this business, it can be automated, so this money after expenses goes in your pocket. But with that being said, let me just briefly explain what this business model is. Airbnb arbitrage. Look, it's where I find a property for rent, and then I reach out to the homeowner. When I reach out to the homeowner, I give them my pitch, and I pitch myself as a corporate housing company. I don't pitch myself as a regular person, because a lot of people leave comments are like, why would they even want to rent to you? Well, there's a couple different things, and I'm not gonna give too much free game, but I'm gonna give you a lot of free game in this video. So make sure you pay attention, because the game that I give in this video, a lot of people pay for. Why does a landlord want to go with me? Less wear and tear, guaranteed rental income, continuously re-signing the lease every single year. Those are the top 3 things that they're looking for, right? And those are the 3 things I provide to the person. So that's why he wants to go with me. And that's also why I can negotiate the months free, and I can negotiate the rent down, because I'm providing them a service. I'm showing them that they need me more than me needing them, right? A lot of you go into the business and you sound desperate on the phone doing these cold calls. No, you help them understand that they need you. You don't need them. Right? Get that out of your head. You don't need them. So once you reach out to a landlord, you give them your pitch. And then once you lock in the property, you sign the lease, you furnish the property, you get the property listed on Airbnb. There's some things that you go between, right? There's systems and automations and PMSs that you integrate into your business. Key thing, and the reason I got into this business, because it can be systemized, it can be automated to where you're only focusing on the business versus in the business. So now my main focus is finding new deals. Before it used to be finding the deal, furnishing the deal, cold calling everybody, following up with people, messaging the guests, doing the handiwork, doing the cleaning. So now all I gotta do, I get these leads that are provided to me from my virtual assistant that's working overseas for me at a low salary, but he's making good money. Then I find these properties, secure them, sign the lease, delegate the work, get them listed on Airbnb, keep finding more properties, because the key to business is you want to work on it and not inside of it, right? I'm naturally a lazy person. I want to do the least amount of work and get the maximum amount of reward. And the way I'm going to do that, by systemizing and automating a business. I can choose to lay on my ass tomorrow and I'm still going to make a couple $1,000s. You know why? Because I did the work up front, and now I can lay back, relax, because I put in the work for my business, and now it runs itself. So you're like, okay, John, how do you make profit? I'm going to give you a live example and show you proof directly from Airbnb or revenue that I made from property, right? One of my properties. So for example, let's say I make $5,000 in revenue from a property from Airbnb. Let's say the rent is $2,000 a month. So we 5 minus 2, we're left with $3,000. So then still we got cleaning and other miscellaneous expenses. Let's say that's another 15, or let's say $1,000 a month. So then you're left with $2,000 a month in profit. If it's $1,500 in expenses, now you're left with $1,500 a month in profit. So your initial startup expenses are the furniture and setting up the property. It's gonna be anywhere from $3,000 to $4,000, $5,000, $7,000. It depends on how big the apartment is, the condo is, the house is, whatever you want to get into. And to answer your question, a lot of you ask, like, should I do apartments, condos? You can do anything that makes sense. You just have to estimate the revenue to see what actually makes sense for you and see what financially makes sense for you. Let's cut down to the bullshit. I'm gonna show you a live example, because I know you guys like to see live examples here. I'm gonna show you on my computer how much I made off of one property in a year. Okay, look, right here are my payouts from this one property that I have listed, and down here it says $68,000. So that's January 1st to December 31st. Up here I have the calendar, which I'm gonna show you in a second and show you some examples. But look, $68,000. This property cost me $1,900 a month in rent, and with utilities I just overestimate and say $2,200. And listen, I have this shit covered up because I don't trust you motherfuckers. You're not gonna look at my bank details, you're not gonna look at my addresses. But let me show you live examples from the calendar itself, right? Let's see here. Keep in mind, each cleaning I pay about $100. So let's go reservation by reservation. $229 plus $1,700. We're just gonna say, we're at $2,000 in revenue. $1,500, now we're at $2,500 in revenue. Another $200, now we're at $2,700 in revenue. $500, now we're at $3,200 in revenue. Another $1,500, now we're at $4,700 in revenue. How many cleans do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, now we have 8 clean, so that's $800. So now, you know, we have $7,000 in revenue, which is actually below, I think, what actually I brought in. So $7,000. All right, $7,000 minus $800 in cleaning equals that minus $2,200, which was the rent. You know, now we're left with $4,000. Let's just say another $500 in miscellaneous expenses, even though that's capped. Those are not $500 in miscellaneous expenses, maybe at just $100. So we're left with $3,500. Your goal with it is to profit, right? Your goal is to make the profit and make the money. But in order to do that, you actually have to put in the work, you have to price it correctly, and you have to have the right guidance. You can't just go into everything and just think it's a piece of cake. You're not just gonna rent a property, furnish it randomly, put any price and someone's gonna book it. No, this is a business, it has to be systemized and it has to be done correctly. You can't just throw something onto Airbnb and expect it to work. The way I was able to produce $1 million in revenue, this is just like $2,000 or $3,000. I just have this like sitting on my desk. But the reason I was able to produce $1 million is because I did this at a scale, right? And I don't only have this one property, I have multiple properties that I do this with. I just wanted to show you the receipts to show you I'm not capping and I really do this shit and I really make money. First of all, I appreciate you guys for 9,000 subscribers. We're close to 10K. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get to 50. We're gonna get to 100K. So my point of these videos is to teach you guys, motivate you guys. And if you actually want to learn, you want to learn the basics of the business, I have a crash course link in bio. Let you say course seller, course seller. Look, I just showed you I actually make money from my business. The $20 that you invest into a crash course isn't going to do much for me. It's more to support you. Follow my Instagram. Make sure you support me. With that being said, thank you. Pray to God. John Aziz is out. Follow the Instagram though.